My name is Albert. I'm Belgian from Brussels. I have to emphasize that Brussels is in Belgium because some of people in the past asked me whether Brussels was in France, and I had to say no, definitely not. Hobbies. Actually, I like many activities. I'm someone very curious, and so I like trying new things. I like doing sports in general. As the Latin proverb says, mens sana in corpore sano, right? I like playing football, badminton, rock climbing, running, and then more intellectual games like chess, sudoku, and singing as well. Friends know that I like KTVs. I have lived in a couple of countries, Russia first, where I'm originally from, Belgium obviously, Lyon in France, Shanghai in China, and then in London and in Dubai. My first experience was back to my university years. I was a member of a student organization called ISEC. In fact, I was very involved in it, and one of the core businesses was to give the opportunity to students to go overseas on internships, and so I decided to experience it myself and go very far. Again, I imagine it was due to my curiosity. I wanted to experience a completely different environment in that culture, and so I chose China. And afterwards, when I came back to Belgium, I have lived in France for 6 months, but then I knew that I wanted to go back to China again because this country was just so different and so unique. And so when I finished my business education here in Belgium, after 2 years I went back. In the beginning, the initial plan was to stay there for 1 year, but eventually I stayed longer. I would say each country where I lived was unique in its own way. I remember when I first traveled to China, random people would approach me on streets and would want to take a picture with me because I was a foreigner. And this was very fun in the beginning, but after a while it gets annoying. So I was politely declining offers to take photographs with me. But you know, if you visit Shanghai these days, people wouldn't be surprised to see foreigners anymore because there are many expatriates living there. When I visited the Middle East, Dubai and also Qatar, I like trying new culture. And so I tried the local outfit for men, the top, you know, the white robe. And so when I was wearing it on the streets, people started to talk to me in Arabic, which was fun. Even though I could understand some, but I couldn't understand for the rest. And so they were surprised to find out that I was a foreigner. I imagine I would fit the local environment with dark hair and a beard. When I visited the Middle East, Dubai and also Qatar, I like trying new culture. And so I tried the local outfit for men, the top, you know, the white robe. And so when I was wearing it on the streets, people started to talk to me in Arabic, which was fun. Even though I could understand some, but I couldn't understand for the rest. And so they were surprised to find out that I was a foreigner. I imagine I would fit the local environment with dark hair and a beard. You know, when we visit Middle East and in Asia, people are so generous. They may not have much, but they have definitely a big heart. They genuinely are very hospitable and helpful. Now, speaking of Shanghai, obviously it's a big city. It is a huge city, 25 million people. So if you're a public authority, you need to offer services efficiently and fast to your people. The delivery industry is enormous in China, sending to you anything you order online. In fact, majority of people do their shopping online. They're very busy during their daytimes to visit stores offline. Besides, if you do it online, then many companies are offering discounts, which is a good incentive. And I believe this is what an expat life offers you. It is to see the world from a different perspective. Traveling as a tourist is good, but living as an expatriate is different. You learn more on a deeper level. For me, the expatriate life was definitely enriching. It taught me how to communicate and work with people from different origins and backgrounds. The world nowadays is so globalized, and so are the businesses. Even if you work in your home city, there's a high chance to have a foreign colleague. Besides, in many leadership positions, companies require you to have a work experience overseas. So it can be only beneficial, both professionally and personally. There are some challenges. I see many too right now. First is the language. If you go to a place where English is widely spoken, then you may not encounter it. But if you go to China, you definitely will. It helps if you speak Chinese. I didn't speak the language in the beginning, so it took me a while and lots of patience to get by. But I saw this really as as a way to push myself outside of my comfort zone. And the second one I would say is the immersive experience. What I mean by this is that many expats stay inside their expat bubble, and there are many reasons for it. But it's hard to get out of it. To get the experience as a person. And so in the beginning, most of my contacts were foreigners, but then with time, I managed to get a good balance between Chinese and, as we say, Lao friends. At the same time, I have also seen some expats who could not adapt to local environments. They didn't enjoy it as much as I did. And here, I think it's very important to know yourself first. Expat life is not for everyone. I think there are people who love to stay in their home country, in their home city, and it's fine. There are other people who love to explore the world.